So today I read this article from Ethan Strauss about Caitlin Clark and Nike. And before this, I'm going to give my opinion on this. I've said it from the start. Nike should be releasing the GT Cut 4s as the CC ones. They need to take advantage of this. And I also think Nike, it is a historical blunder for a company that's failing as much as Nike right now to not have a Caitlin Clark logo ready for and have stuff released. Like we saw kind of the Asia logo and the Asia merch. And I also think they really mishandled the Asia Wilson situation. Like they had all this, of course I have a shoe.com, and then said the Asia Wilson shoe is not coming out for another year and a half, which is dumb. Like a year and a half to say, oh, we have a shoe in the running, and it's like, that's ridiculous too. Which is probably the main reason why I've seen there's one of the like clickbait quotes from this, which I think I'm going to disagree with the premise, mainly because I just think they're being ran in a really weird way right now. I think they just screwed up everything, but I don't think this is why. So back when Nike stock was around its all-time high, I wrote a 5,000 word essay in the corporation's awkwardly angry plan for female customers. At the time I wrote it back in 2021, I couldn't foresee a megacorp would sign history's biggest women's college basketball phenom in 2022. How fortuitous. I also couldn't foresee that this player would maintain fame and momentum throughout her entrance to the WNBA, where she finished the first team as a rookie. I mean, she pretty much is guaranteed. And who could have predicted her games that average over 1 million viewers? In contrast, the games of other players would register in the 300k range. Road arenas packed wherever she goes. You can tell me I assume Nike's doing fantastic in 2024 because it sounds like you're describing $1 billion athlete who suddenly appeals to a previously unreached demographic. The apparel behemoth has majority male customers and long craved similar success with women. Fortunately, they signed the woman to build a brand around. Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, and Caitlin Clark. Instead, the early Caitlin Clark era, Nike stock has tanked. Over this span, the CEO just got ousted, by the way, though Caitlin Clark got famous around 2022. I will say this, she got famous around 2022, but like there was no guarantee she went to Nike. Like she had much, well, not better offers, but like there was no guarantee she didn't go to Adidas. There's no guarantee she didn't go to New Balance. There's no guarantee she didn't go to Under Armour. And yes, it's Adidas. His name is Adi Dassler. It's named after the guy. So this is complete insane corporate malpractice. It's being received as all very normal in the press, and I agree it's complete malpractice. And I actually cannot believe Caitlin Clark accepted the 8-year, $28 million deal. Like LeBron 21 years ago got $100 million over the same span from Nike. I do not understand why she accepted the long-term deal. If I was Caitlin Clark, maybe go 1 year, $3 million. 1 year, $3 million. Because I think at this point in time, if Caitlin Clark was negotiating right now, I think Caitlin Clark could negotiate 8 years, $100 million. Because she's proven that not only she can bring in the fans, ironically, outside of like LeBron James, she's pretty much drawing in LeBron James, Stephen Curry, the Celtics, and the Knicks. She's outdrawing every NBA player, and I can guarantee you they're paying more to Ja Morant, and Caitlin Clark is worth more than Ja Morant. I think Caitlin Clark got screwed by her Nike deal. Like it is one like I'll say that she got screwed by that deal. But also Nike released the LeBron, was it the Zoom Soldiers? I think they were called the Air Zoom Generation. Like they were the first LeBron shoe. So these were not the LeBron ones. These were the Air Zoom Generations. These shoes right here. They should have a GT cut type shoe ready to have gone for Caitlin Clark's rookie year. That shoe should already have been released. They should have done what they did with LeBron, what New Balance did with Kawhi. They released the Omni ones. They released them as like not the Kawhi ones, but like I've lost the word off the top of my head, but like they were essentially the Kawhi ones. They were the spiritual Kawhi ones. They should have released that for Caitlin Clark. I know she plays in Kobe's, but they should have had a shoe ready. Whether that be the GT Cut 4s, whether obviously you can't redo it with the GT Cut 3s, you release it then. There are so many shoes. They have so many low top shoes in the running where they probably have some of the stock. And you don't have to go crazy amount of stock that quickly. Obviously, you have to design prototypes and everything, but Nike probably have 100 prototypes they haven't used. Like I can guarantee you Nike have prototypes of the Kyrie lows that they were probably going to release before Kyrie is gone. Like, why not just redesign them? Redesign them, and instead of the Kyrie logo, make a Caitlin Clark logo. She should have already had a shoe released by now. But I'm not saying Nike are good. So why the overall business failure? In my opinion, it's the refusal to make money off Clark is not incidental, and not incidental to continued issues within the company. Oh, I'm not paying for this. I probably should pay for the entire thing and not read snippets. But up to this point, I actually agree. I do fully believe that there is malpractice by Nike. But according to this right here, I wanted to react to this. Either way, it's always about a healthy debate anyway. And to be fair, you know what? This guy knows more than I do. He could be right. I'm giving an opinion. Maybe he could have some insiders. So, it says industry insiders believe Caitlin Clark. So this guy is the industry insider. So it's not like he has any... It's not like he's got any... Like, he's saying at any stage that this is what happened. It's just what he believes. And I fully believe that it's cool to say what you believe in. Like, there's a difference between giving an opinion and giving fact. And I do think this is obviously an opinion. But you see here, industry insiders, because A'ja Wilson's shoe has to come first. Based on conversations with people in the know, it indeed has something to do with the WNBA MVP and Nike athlete A'ja Wilson. But beyond Wilson, it's about culture at the company that's more concerned about quelling noise rather than making it, as Nike once used to. I don't know. I don't believe that. I actually don't. When the company is in the shitter, all the people, like the first people, when a company's in a bad way, the first people to lose their jobs are the diversity and inclusion. It's just, the reality is, like, they're the people that are in those type of committees, like, they're the first to lose their jobs, because at the end of the day, the only color that this company and their shareholders care about is green, and Caitlin Clark will bring in the green. I would be shocked, because if it was all about A'ja Wilson getting a shoe before Caitlin Clark, they would not have done the stupid of course I have a shoe.com 18 months before her shoe. And they also would not have basically guaranteed that Caitlin Clark is not getting a shoe until 2026. And I'm sorry, I get it, the Caitlin Clark mania is going to be there, but the Caitlin Clark hype is going to be there. The Caitlin Clark mania is not going to be there in 2026. Like, there is a difference. Like, obviously when Tiger was huge for the sport, Jordan was huge for the sport, but there was... Obviously, Jordan was winning. But when it comes to Caitlin Clark, I'll liken her to Steph Curry. Stephen Curry has 4 rings. He's got 4 rings. And the Steph Curry mania ended the day Kevin Durant joined the Golden State Warriors. Actually, yeah. Steph Curry's one of the most popular players in history. The mania around him, the circus, do you remember... People don't even remember that, like, there'd be thousands of people at every game to watch his warm-ups. He had his historic warm-up. They had the, like, Steph Curry kid practicing his warm-up. The Steph Curry mania started in 2015, before they had won the first ring. The Steph Curry mania ended when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors and they became villains. The Steph Curry is maybe one of the most popular players of all time, but his mania only lasted 2 years. LeBron has never had a mania. Like, LeBron has been brilliant. Jeremy Lin, he had a mania, which lasted 2 weeks. Like, when the whole world is obsessed with an athlete, and it's not just sustained greatness, which LeBron James is. The world wanted to be like Mike. The world wanted to shoot like Steph. The world has gravitated towards Caitlin Clark like no other basketball player since Michael Jordan and Stephen Curry. And the problem is that Nike are going to miss the mania. And I'll say this. If the Caitlin Clark shoe does not come out before September of next year, then I will make an apology video right now to say I was completely wrong. And maybe I'm just giving a little bit more credit to Nike, the company. Like, they've screwed up royally, but it is negligence. It is negligence to not have something ready for Caitlin Clark. They don't even have Caitlin Clark logo t-shirts available. Like, if you want to, I'm not joking. If you want to get merch that may or may not, a t-shirt or a shirt that may or may not be related to Caitlin Clark, it may or may not be. Who knows? You can go here. You can go here. Nike aren't doing anything for her, so you might as well get something that may or may not be for Caitlin Clark. Why not? And it's cheaper. It's cheaper. Probably not the same quality, but it's cheaper for a reason. But yeah, like, that's all I will say. That is all that I will say, because I think that Nike, there's no way it's that bad. Like, without Caitlin Clark, half people wouldn't know what age it is. And the funniest part about this is that is true. And that is not a knock on A'ja Wilson. I think you can make an argument right now Clark's better, but it's a flimsy argument. It is a flimsy argument, and it is an argument about what someone can bring to a team system rather than a player. I think it's very easy to argue A'ja over Clark. A'ja Wilson at this point in time is almost certainly better than Caitlin Clark. But she's been running the league for a minute. She's not the face. 1.8 million viewers is 400k. It's not fair. The reality of this is, it is whatever about fairness. I don't even give a damn about fairness. It probably is fair to give A'ja Wilson, but the reality is Nike are going to lose money. And the one thing I will say is, like, I don't know why people are so in uproar about this. Like, if you fully believe that Nike are this incompetent, go and freaking short their stock. Like, if you're that convinced, I think they made a blunder. That is my opinion. I think it has very little to do with A'ja Wilson. And what I think it is I think it's the same reason why Caitlin Clark was only able to negotiate a 28 million deal. And I fully believe it is because I also think Caitlin Clark getting the 5% royalties from her shoe, which will be the biggest shoe, especially if it's released next year. They've released in years, will bring that closer to the 100 million. But over those 8 years. But I also have to say that when it comes to Caitlin Clark, nobody knew how she was going to get on the WNBA. And, like, even the people that, like, a lot of people thought she was going to go and destroy the league, she didn't straight away. She's been unbelievable now. And she has continued to break viewership records as the season's gone on. So it wasn't just a flash in the pan. People are enjoying watching her play basketball and continuing to enjoy watching her play basketball. But I think it was a blunder by Nike. But I also, in a way, to be honest, I think it was a blunder by Caitlin Clark accepting that offer. But I think she probably didn't want to bet on herself. She wanted that long-term security. And I like Nike only offering her the 28 million, whereas LeBron got 100, shows that at the time they didn't want to fully back Caitlin Clark either. And in hindsight, an incredibly dumb decision, an incredible blunder, but, like, it happens.